Hi there, and welcome to this review of the One Way UK Daily Devotionals for the 2 week period this time, the 20th of August right through to the 31st of August. And we've been considering over this period of time, we've been considering God's features and benefits. And of course, we've been considering the start of the Paralympics. It got me thinking. You see, as we were looking through all of the benefits that we receive from God, it's just wonderful. If you like, it sounds an odd word to use, but the effort which God goes to equip us to be His followers. Obviously, principally through all that Jesus did, through His life, His death upon the cross, His resurrection, and His ascension to heaven, and the release to us of His Holy Spirit. God spared nothing, not even His own Son, to equip you and I to be children of His who could be effective in the world and carry forward His plans and purposes in cooperation with Him, with His angels, with Jesus and the Holy Spirit. There is a synergy brought into our lives through the presence of the Holy Spirit, a synergy with God, where we work together with Him to see the accomplishment of all that He desires to do, not only in our lives and in the lives of those around us, but in the world in which we live. We are indeed partners, and the incredible thing is, the wonderful thing is, that He has called us individually by name to partner Him in this great adventure. Then I was thinking of the Paralympics, and in the Paralympics you have people that the world would say are disadvantaged, and I certainly would be one of those who would say they certainly face a challenge. It's enough to run a race, but what if you have no legs? And that makes that challenge all the more difficult. And I think it is testimony, undoubtedly, as many other people do, to the strength and the power of the human spirit, to see the way in which many people have overcome grave difficulties to achieve great sporting endeavour, and it really is inspirational. But to be honest, that's not what the Paralympics made me think about. The onset of the Paralympics made me reflect upon the effort that God had put in to my life to see that I could be the man that He wanted me to be. And then seeing the effort made by the Paralympians to achieve in their chosen sports over tremendous difficulties, I began to think, how much effort had I put into my walk with God? And I guess it would be fair to say that if people sat down with me and we analysed everything that I had done in my life as a Christian, the successes, the failures, they'd come to the conclusion that probably they could pick on any one Paralympian and say, but that person has put in more effort and greater dedication to achieve a crown which, as Paul described, would fade away and die. You're thinking of the laurel leaves that were originally used rather than gold, silver and bronze medals to give to Olympians in Greece. And I think there's got to be a balance here, hasn't there? It's fine for me to sit down and to say yes, but it's not by my effort, it's not by the work that I put in, but it's all to do with what Jesus has done. There's got to be a balance between that, and then to recognize that when we're called to something, when we're called to a task, then, as Paul suggested, There are, as it were, exercises that we can do, like Paralympians do, to ensure that we are up to the task that God has given us to do. Food for thought. And I really don't want to add much more to that than to say be encouraged by what you see at the Paralympic Games, just as I'm sure you were at the Olympic Games, and consider how you're matching up in your walk with God. As for me, I know I've got some serious thinking to do, and I've got to look at areas of my life and say, um, is this an area which needs improvement? Is this an area which I could actually leave out of my life entirely because it is not helpful to me? I'm just reminded of the words that Paul wrote when he said that all things are lawful to me, but not all things are profitable. Not all things will actually enhance our life and improve our walk with Jesus. Even though we're not under law, we're under mercy and grace. It really does, the Bible encourages us to take that really seriously and not become slack and lazy, but put in effort and endeavour to what we do, working with the Lord to see that His plans and purposes come to pass in our lives, in the lives of those around us, and in this world in which we live. God bless you. This is a fortnight one. We'll be coming back to the weekly reviews and after the end of August as we enter into September. So I just leave you with good wishes for the remainder of the holiday, and to really hope that you enjoy the Paralympics, get the most out of it that you can, and also that you find in it inspiration to walk the walk as well as talking the talk. God bless you.